Hey guys, Christian back here again today with another episode. Today we're going to be talking about, do fad diets work and could they possibly work for you? So today I'm going to run you over some couple diets in the beginning just so we can work our way into what this episode is going to be about exactly. So here we have different diets for weight loss that people primarily use and you might have heard about. Here we have keto, Atkins, paleo, intermittent fasting, zone diet, and low fat. So these are all typical diets that you might have heard about, some friends and families. Next we'll go over the basic principles for weight loss and diets in general. This would be calories in versus calories out. What does this mean exactly? Burning more calories than you consume. And we'll say at rest, give or take, the average person for women would burn about 1,400 calories at rest, and for a male, 1,800 calories at rest. What this doesn't include is a little bit of activity. Say you're an office worker, you don't get much. Probably won't be too far off from here, assuming you're not working out. So that's just the gist of it. And we're going to say, why do diets work for people without calorie tracking? So you might have heard some people say like, oh, keto, 10 pounds. Oh, I lost 10 pounds on a low-fat diet or intermittent fasting. We're going to break down why they did this, or how they did this, without tracking calories at all. So example, for a low-fat diet, you'd be eliminating the most calorically dense macronutrient, which would be fat. Per gram of fat is about 9 calories. And we'll say the average person in the American diet consumes about 79 grams of calories. 79 grams of fat, which is about 711 kilocalories. So say you're doing a low-fat diet, the whole aim is to reduce the fat, right? So say you're even just at the minimal half the fat consumption that you're consuming, would be 355 calorie reduction per day. So over time, it's about a week, 2,500 calories, assuming you're working out 3 times a week, 4 times a week. You're getting about a pound of fat per week, which is amazing, right? But this is why it's working without tracking the calories. Next up, we'll go intermittent fasting. So typically the intermittent fasting that you hear about people talking about is a 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating. And you hear the general window people will do for this is about 12 p.m. or lunch to 8 p.m., which is dinner time. So say when intermittent fasting, you limit your window to this exactly, right? You're just completely eliminating the thought about breakfast. And we'll say the average breakfast is about 500 to 800 calories for a person. Say you go to Timmy's, you get a breakfast sandwich, a coffee, and a hash brown. There's your 800 calories right there. You completely cut that out of your day. That's 800 calories a day. Multiply that by 7, you get your number. You're losing a pretty fair amount of weight, assuming you're not even exercising as well. So this is why these diets are working without calorie tracking. But what you can expect from these diets is just because you start a keto diet, you start a low-fat diet, it is not necessarily going to mean you're going to lose weight. It may work for someone because they're strictly eliminating that breakfast. They're not making up for it at noon, or they're not overeating. So these diets don't work magic. At the end of the day, it's always about calories in versus calories out, and nothing else is going to change that. My overall opinion on diets for people, if it's sustainable for you, then that's great, right? Say I do keto, and by like the 4th day, I'm just craving like pizza, chips, all this salty foods, carbohydrate-dense foods, and I binge out, and it sets me back, my caloric deficit that I built up over those 4 days. It's not worth it. You need to find something that's sustainable for you, that works for you. Maybe paleo works for you, eating natural foods, and you can stay in a deficit throughout that entire time and not feel the need to binge, then that's great. Assuming your micronutrients are good as well, then that's perfect. What you don't want is something to be a crash diet for you, only work for 1 week, you lose 10 pounds, and then you gain 12 pounds back over the next month, right? Because you can't do it anymore. So that's my overall opinion on diets, why they might work for you, and if they could possibly be sustainable for you. So here's another episode, guys. Have a great day.